Hello! Today I'm making a hot air balloon landscape kind of design. I start with measuring out this purpley color for the base, and I don't know, I just wanted a purple sky. Why I'm making a purple sky, we may never know, but it's purple and it's a sky. Then I started making lighter purple clouds, and I wanted them to be just very fluffy and cartoony, and just fluffy and round, so I started cutting them out, and I didn't like the just round blob because it looked like a kidney bean, and I was not going for a kidney bean cloud, so then I cut them out, and with just kind of the medium fluff version. In retrospect, I could have just used the Cricut to cut out nice fluffy clouds that are all the same and all perfect, and that probably would have looked better, but by the time I thought of that, I had already cut out all the handmade clouds with all of their weird, not perfectly round imperfections, but it's fine. It still looks okay. Then I went in with these blues, which the sky is purple and the ground is blue, but it's what I wanted. So I just make these round humps to look like ground, and I like the idea of just using a few colors and then different shades of those colors, like the purple and the light purple for the sky, and then all the 3 different shades of blue for the ground, so I liked that. Then I went in and just tried to arrange them where they looked right and didn't look weird having only 3 colors all next to each other, and this goes on for some time of just me messing with them. I did end up finding something I liked, but by the time I did, it had come undone when I glued it, so it wasn't perfect, but it still looked okay. And then I went in with these blue colored pencil trying to make them look, I guess, more round and 3-dimensional. And I guess they're lines of crops or something, I don't know. But I'm not sure if I like it, and I'm still not sure if I like it because I was going for like this flat 2D look, and they're the only things that have any sort of dimension to them. The clouds don't have any shading, nothing else has shading, everything else is flat and 2D, which is what I was going for. So I'm not sure what I think of these hills. But then I used the Cricut to cut out the balloons with orange and light orange paper. It's kind of more of a yellow, the other one, but still going with my 2 shades of orange thing. Then after that, I switched out the middle, so then they would, have switched out middles. That's kind of obvious, but I did it, and I liked it. And then I went and glued everything down, and that went pretty well until I was gluing the balloons, and then I kind of got like some streaky dried glue on the outside. You can't really see it, but I can see it, and it dissatisfies me, and it annoys me. And it's there, and I can't make it go away. I've tried rubbing it away. I even tried coloring over it with colored pencil, which I didn't show because I was just doing that later, being annoyed. But it's still there, and it will forever be there, and I'll know forever. And I went and arranged my hills again, which I don't like this orientation as much as the one I did before. I feel like the light blue hill and the dark blue hill in the front look kind of off. But I couldn't get them to be exactly how they were before. And then the outside is done with its beautiful, tri-colored, interesting sky. So then I went in with the inside, which I thought would be simple, but it took a lot longer than I thought it would. And I started by cutting like 1-inch strips of all the colors I used on the outside, so everything would be lovely and cohesive. And then I went in with the strips, and I kind of messed around with them for a while, deciding what I wanted to do. Then I realized I needed to know what the middle of my paper was, so I used this fabric ruler that's clear, which I've never used this for crafts before, but it was very useful. I don't know why. It was just being clear somehow made it better. So I marked out the middle, and then did the same one on the other side. It'll make sense in a second. So then I went in with the strips and did kind of a cross weave pattern kind of thing going on. Not really sure what to call that. And at first I tried doing a thing where I put the purple on the top and the orange in the middle and the blue on the bottom, like it is on the outside of the card, with like the purple sky, the balloons, and then the blue hills. I thought that would like kind of tie it all together, but in the end I didn't like how it looked. It just looked too like patterny and just not right. So I scrapped that and just shuffled them like cards and glued them in however the shuffling ended them up. Unless there was like two of the same color right next to each other, I went with it even if I didn't think it looked good, like the three blues all next to each other. I was like, how did this happen? But I went with it anyway, trusting in my shuffling, and it turned out much better than the first one, so that is good. Then I had to cut off the excess, of course, and I had to cut out like the excess off of the crease, which I didn't think of in the beginning. I probably would have evened out the edges before I glued them in if I had thought of it, but I didn't. So I had to go in and like use an X-Acto knife and cut along the crease without cutting through the middle, and it was this whole mess because they were just sitting there being annoying. And then I realized I'm gonna have to do the same thing to the other side. That realization hurt. So then I did the same thing of shuffling with the other side because it worked the first time, so I did it again because I didn't want to do like the same pattern on the other side because I thought that would look also weird. So then I was just showing off this new glue stick. I don't know why I was doing that, but it was a lovely dark purple, unlike the old one, and it was beautiful. Therefore, I had to show it because it was dark purple. Anyway, back to the object at hand. Evening out the edges, then going in with my writing pad and no ugly, straight, square, right angle edges. So I went in and made them round with my corner cutter thing. And that's me struggling to push it down because it's really, really hard to do on a table. And now it's pretty and has rounded edges because everything is round except for these diagonal strips. Everything else is round. And glued that in, and it's done. I am very happy with it. It's so colorful and happy and balloon.